George Kenner, broker associate, Keller Williams Real Estate, serving the greater San Diego area. Today I'm with Marina Romeri and Barbara Legg, who are both real estate agents, realtors here in San Diego County. Marina, I understand that you've offered a property for sale, and Barbara came and made an offer on the property.
That's correct.
Okay. How many years have you been in the business?
I've been in the business for 40 years, George.
And Barbara, how long have you been in the business?
10 years.
Okay. It's my understanding that you have taken, and this is a short sale transaction.
Correct.
Barbara's client has made an offer, and you have submitted it to the lender, who's Nationstar Bank.
That's right.
Okay. So now, Barbara, your client is a veteran.
Yes, he is.
Okay. Now, do you both believe that the property is fairly priced at market? It's a very fair transaction, supportive of community values. You're not trying to pull anything sneaky here.
Oh, absolutely not. I always run the comps before we write an offer on
Okay.
any property.
And I always run the comps before we list it, and we don't allow lowball offers. We don't submit lowball offers to the bank.
Okay. So now, knowing that, what has happened? You're being directed to an auction company?
Correct. George, we were instructed through the Equator system that Nationstar is using to go through auction.com, which then requires any buyer that wants to bid on the property to pay a 5% premium over and above their offer price.
Now, I don't mean to interrupt, but wait a minute. If your client's making a no down payment offer as a veteran,
He made a VA offer, correct.
so if this 5% will bounce the veteran right out of the deal.
Absolutely.
Oh, so this practice is actually not only not in favor of the vet, it's probably discriminatory against veterans because they can't participate in the purchase.
Correct.
Okay, so both of you with your experience, this 5% fee would also take any FHA buyer totally out of the market.
Absolutely.
Because
Yep.
they would be lacking 1.5% where the veteran's lacking 5%.
Correct.
Right.
I think I'm getting the picture. Do you have any idea what those are for?
I have no idea what the rubber duckies are for.
No, George.
I have an idea for the rubber duckies. These rubber duckies may explain what's going on in our community. I think we've made it pretty clear that the veteran that has contracted for this home and would like to buy it does not have 5%. He's not going to be able to pay the fee from auction.com. This veteran happened to be a United States Marine. The veteran pictured here is my father. This picture was taken in 1952. He was a combat Marine veteran in Korea, came back to serve 4 more tours in Vietnam. So let's say veterans are a little close to my heart. I'm going to put this down and just discount this because this veteran doesn't have the 5%. Now, I'm sure my peers will understand this, but maybe this will be a little complex for some people. What I have here is representative of the hierarchical system in California. And the point that I'm making is if you look like a duck, you walk like a duck, you walk like a duck, you talk like a duck, you're a duck. Now, if you go to auction.com site or the Department of Real Estate site, you will find that auction.com is a broker and that they have licensed agents underneath them, just as Keller Williams and Mrs. Legg's company are. So I don't think there could be any argument that auction.com is a duck. Now, what Marina is being told to do is start to, instead of taking instructions from her broker, this duck, she is now going to be taking instructions from auction.com. So we'll put her in there because she's going to be following those instructions. Now, this generally, and I've spoke to brokers around the state about this generally makes this broker a little upset. She's now taking instructions from somebody that has a contract with a party other than the seller. This party, of course, is being paid. They're being referred by Nationstar Bank, so they have to have a contract with Nationstar Bank. We are supposed to protect the fiduciary interest of our client. This is kind of a problem. I have heard brokers talk about what is called tortuous interference, meaning that these two parties are the ones in contract, this one's interfering. Now, I would really like to have state regulators, the Bureau of Real Estate, give a definitive answer on whether or not, once the parties are in contract, whether this is even appropriate. But that hasn't happened yet. Some things that have happened. we did determine that this property is through the mortgage electronic registration system called MERS. It appears as though the owner, the trustee, the controller of the transaction could be U.S. Bank. I've spoke to U.S. Bank, verified that they do have an interest in this. I have correspondence to prove that. But they say they have no control. And, you know, it seems kind of odd. Here we have the veteran that wants to buy this property where they're the trustee, and they can't get that accomplished. So, now, if we were to look at the market in general and say that this is a broker, these are the agents, and the agents represent buyers, these would be the VA buyers. If they all have to have 5%, well, they're gone. So now we have a marketing pool that is minus the VA buyers. So are we going to get the highest price for the property? Well, if the veteran can't bid, we now have a smaller market. There are fewer people, just as I disposed of those. Now, again, there's a 5% fee that is due, according to the contracts that I've seen from auction.com. FHA buyers. Most FHA buyers have 3.5% down. Where are they going to get the 5%? Again, guess what? FHA, gone. Now, you do have some larger, say, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, 20, 25% down. Now, those people may be able to buy it, but what would their inducement to be? Well, now we have a smaller marketing pool. So, would they be willing to pay that? Well, I don't know. Let's just move them over there and call them maybes. Maybe they'd like to buy it. Okay, so now where's our pool? Let's get the bigger ducky, the investor. The investor will buy these properties. Is that fair housing? Do we really want to establish a protocol and system where these brokers are potentially interfered with, veterans and FHA buyers are eliminated so that one ducky can get a little bit bigger? I don't know. That's what I'm asking here. I would ask my peers to contact their elected officials and the Bureau of Real Estate and ask them, is this appropriate conduct? And then I would go to the lenders and say, do you really want to get rid of the veterans? Do you want a smaller pool? Now, in all fairness, Marina and Mrs. Legg have done all the work for this transaction. If it is at a fair price, why are we going out? Why don't we just get an appraisal on the property and see if it's fair? These are two highly credible, high integrity individuals representing a veteran. Isn't that due? A couple days, it's Veterans Day. How do we want to establish our pool? Do we want to take care of the big ducky, or do we want to take care of the veteran? Me, I think this should be looked at, but that's my opinion. It's only my opinion. But if you're my peer and you're having the same kind of problem, you're finding veterans and others are losing the opportunity to purchase homes, I think we need to say something. Thank you for your time, and please say something. While we're still in America and we have freedom of speech, it's time to say something. That's what the veterans fought for.